This is the follow-up to Jab, 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 Right Hook. This book was originally called Jab, 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 Left Hook instead of Day Trading Attention. To your buddy's points, like if people are gonna look at you because you look, being attractive is a really interesting concept to me, right? So like I think about why people would stop in the feed, right? And really why would somebody sit? There's humor. I think we can all agree that humor is like a great place, right? There's attractiveness. I don't think this is gonna confuse anyone. We tend to stop in our feed if we think someone looks good, right?
Yeah.
There's what I think I've lived on, which is like value of information. And I think of those things in macro and micro. There's some people that are very good at perspective and mindset and blueprint, and then there's people that will go very tactical, and I've played both in a lot of ways. So when your buddies go, well, easy for you, Rye, to get attention. I'm like, look, if Rye is selling, if he's got his shirt off and they stop, but he's selling like B2B SaaS products and none of those people convert, then what did we achieve? And that's true. But if people stopped, and this is why I think people don't mix their content enough. If someone stops and you're looking all diesel and they're like, look at those fucking pecs, and then they click your account, and the prior post is you talking in detail about a B2B SaaS, I mean, just think about how wild this concept is. A B2B SaaS product for enterprise corporate. If 3 of the 1,000 people that stop to look at, either they wanna look like you or they're attracted to you, and then click that other one and be like, what is this? If 3 of those 1,000 are actually in that industry, 1 of those 3 may lead to a lead. So I think where people get hurt is they do content for the sake of getting attention, but never have the other part of it. And then they don't do the other part of it because their grid doesn't look good, or it's not on brand. They don't get it. They're in the business of the academia of marketing or the insecurity of marketing. The reason most people don't put out content that will help them sell more stuff is they know it won't do as well. So they keep putting out photos of their abs or their ass, yeah. Right? Because they want 1,000 likes or they want 1,000,000 likes.
Yeah, they want that dopamine hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's all just high school.
It is. I'm on page 72. Literally a chart. Amplification, spending against what works, AKA not wasting a penny. Teaching you how to literally make sure you double down on what you need to double down and what you're learning. It's kind of a learn cycle in a way. It's like, okay, what are we learning and how do we double down on it? I'm simplifying.
Yep, it's the I'll make it very common sense for everyone. I think you've been paying attention, everyone who's listening. Social media changed 3 years ago. It's now about the individual pieces of content, the TikTokification of social. It's not like when I grew up in social where you try to get as many followers as possible and then a certain percentage of those followers see the content. Ryan's got 200,000 on Instagram. I have 10 million. Both of us can post right now, today, and he can get twice as many views on a video than I can if his video hits right versus me putting out something that really does not hit right. That is insane. Once you know that that content hit right, the algorithm has mitigated the biggest risk in marketing, which is the creative. Once you mitigate the risk of creative, you can then decide if you want to amplify it. More importantly, or equally as important, you can also extract insights from it. Why did it do well? That's like what I spend all my time on, Rye. I'm obsessed with why. Why? Why? We're incredibly emotionally vulnerable as a society. The last 35 years of parenting specifically has been incredibly bad at getting people to be comfortable with discomfort. I mean, 8th place, bro, I hope your 8 to 14 year olds don't have 8th place stroke. I hope you melt, I hope you throw that shit in the garbage.
Dude, you're singing from the playbook, man. As soon as I came home with the medallion, that thing went in the bottom of the trash can. Didn't do it in front of them, but that's not hanging out, you know?
There's a really positive way to throw it in the trash can. It doesn't have to be cliche, oh, alpha dickhead dad. No, really talk about it. Talk about the reason their kids are more grown up than people think. You sit down an 11-year-old and be like, listen, It's not that I don't want you to have this bullshit 6th place trophy or medal. It's that you have to understand, losing is good. You guys came in 6th. You guys lost. That's good. You shouldn't be rewarded for that in the game of a basketball tournament. Like, there's a positive way to talk about it. Anyway, I think we have a lot. The reason we're lonely is we're scared. We're scared of people's opinions. We're scared of losing in front of others, keeping up with the Joneses, blue check marks, followers, money, status, how attractive is your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, how much money do they make, all these vain fucking bullshit shit.
I'll say this, that's why you need to focus on what's real and what you can do that actually impacts what you're doing. That's what this is about. Like that, we get too caught up in shit. It's excuses, and you know this. We all know this. You get caught up in it. You don't know it, but once you really reflect, you know it's excuses because you're focused on things that you don't have control over. You know? Well,
that's what they're trying to do to us, right? Like that's what the news is. That's what society is. That's what politicians. That's what parents are like. It's what schools do. Like you don't control shit in like most of your life. This is why I love. You know, it's so funny. After my last rant, like none of that matters. Meanwhile, I'm trying to build an empire. I'm not demonizing success or winning. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get people to be healthy about it so once they get there, they can stay there. Bro, I'm sure even at, I'm sure at this point in your life, you've seen in front of your eyes, circles or close circles, people get real paper and real money, and then 3-4 years later, it's all gone.
100%.
And a lot of times in that story, the family's gone, the reputation's gone. It's not a good life. They got to success in the wrong way.
Yep.
And it's because it wasn't success, it was fake success. It was proxy success.
Exactly. But that's why we gotta be day trading attention. We don't want proxy success. We need all success.
I'm telling you right now, it is crazy. I can't believe, I'll leave it with this for all of you. I can't believe none of you, most of you, the majority of you are not fucking taking this shit more serious. Social media is free. Ryan, it's fucking free. Brother, it's fucking free. They don't charge you when you post. Do you know what a newspaper ad costs? A lot. Do you know what a billboard costs? A lot. Do you know what direct mail costs? A lot. Television commercial? A lot. Sponsorship of an event? A lot. Google AdWords? A lot. Pre-roll YouTube? A lot. Hulu interstitial ads? A lot. Influencers to plug your product? A lot. Like, I don't understand what the fuck people are doing. Organic social media is the most important thing in the world. Figure it the fuck out. Stop crying. Stop bullshitting. This is fucking it.
Bingo. Free.
Free. I almost call this book, it's fucking free. That's what I got it. That's who I became. Like, I was just always curious, like, why, even when I didn't know that bullying was based on kids that were unhappy at home, even in 3rd grade, I was like, I naturally felt bad for the bully. I'm like, something's wrong. And I was scared of the bully, like everybody else. And the bully back then in the 80s in Jersey in 3rd and 5th grade, they were big kids. The Williams brothers, they were big kids. I was scared of them, but I fucking knew in my heart, I'm like, nah, they're not beating the shit out of all of us for just kicks and giggles. There's something wrong. Why? Why? People are mad at their boss for being mean to them, even though the boss has always been decent-ish. And now they're like, oh, my boss is a dick now, or I hate him, I gotta get out of here, fuck him. And they don't realize the why is, well, a month ago, he found out that his spouse has terminal cancer and he hasn't told you yet. So why don't we give people the benefit of the doubt? In the story that I just told, why would you, if someone's been good to you for 5 years, or solid, or at least neutral, that at the first turn, that they were not as good as normal and like it wasn't good, why do you immediately go into, I hate that person, I'm done? I'll tell you why, because you yourself are insecure. You're not in a good enough place to have the compassion to be like, wait a minute, Johnny's been decent. Now he's like really riding me this week in a nice way. People are selfish, they go into what they're feeling. To me, that logically is like something's wrong with Johnny. Empathy. I'm very bullish on it. And that same ability in human interaction helps you be a good salesman and marketer. The reason I put out good content is I have a good feel of what the world is looking for right now that I feel that I can contribute to. There's a lot of things I know that would do well, but I don't think I can contribute to it. I don't know it as well. It doesn't come natural to me. You know, I'd love to speak a lot more. Here's one. Let me give you in detail. You'll like this, Dusty. You haven't heard this from me. I would love to talk a lot more about grieving. I think it's a big subject matter.
Yeah.
I just have been fortunate and unfortunate that I can't speak to it. Here's why. Fortunate because I'm 48 years old and my mom's mom, my grandma who I really knew, my great uncle Misha, who's a father figure to me. And that's where I'm at. My great grandmother, but I was little. Like, unfortunate because so many of my family members died before I was even born, both my grandfathers, one of my grandmothers. So, you know, I have a small family, Holocaust stuff like that. So, you know, I can't speak to it, brother. I have thoughts on it, but I just don't feel comfortable. You know, I can observe from afar, but back to what we were saying earlier, I like to talk about stuff I've lived, you know, but one day I will. One day, unfortunately, I will. And I have a funny feeling in 30 years I'll have content on it because I think it's a big one out there.